Yo, what is good, guys? It is Gentleman here, and before we jump into anything, I just want to say a big thank you guys for 30 subscribers. I know in the long run, 30 subscribers doesn't seem like basically anything, but to me, that's pretty cool that even that many people have subscribed to my channel and people watch my stuff, and that's pretty cool to me. When you start these things, it's always like, oh, what if I get big? And I really didn't get big. I don't get that many views, and I only have 30 subscribers. There's people out here with millions upon millions, but that's okay. I still think it's cool that anyone at all watches my stuff. So thank you to everyone who's ever watched a single one of my videos, and to everyone who's subscribed, thank you even more. Just thank you to everyone who's ever interacted with this channel in any way. I really do appreciate it, so thank you. Anyways, for that, I just felt like I'd tell some really good stories just to say thank you. I'm feeling really good today, guys. We found the 30 subscriber count, and latest video I popped off, which sounds dumb to say because it only got 25 views, but that's a new best for me. So I'm happy with that, and I'm just really hyped, guys. So today I thought I'd tell you a kind of a weird story involving My Hero Academia fangirls. Yeah, it's not a phrase that anyone ever likes to hear, but I personally really enjoy My Hero Academia, but it's the fandom that kind of kills it for me here and there. So this is a story about them. Don't we all love them? So we'll hop right into it, guys. This story started on a day that I had to go to work, and I work at the mall. So, I go to the mall, and I show up a bit early for my shift. So, I got some time to kill, look around in stores before I got to go to the store that I work at. And as I'm walking into the mall, I walk past this table, and there's these two girls that are dressed like anime characters. I don't know which ones exactly. They look kind of like, if you know Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles, kind of like them, but not them. I don't actually know what characters they were dressed as from what. Point is, they were like anime or like anime adjacent characters. You know what I mean? So anyways, I walk past that. I'm like, I don't think there's any events or anything in the mall today, so that's a little strange. But I don't really pay much mind. People can do what they want. They can dress how they want. It's not that big of a deal. And so the first store I stop in is Hot Topic. I'm not a big Hot Topic fan, but every so often I go in there. I check out the t-shirts, because sometimes they got some cool ones. And they didn't really have anything there. I was looking at the discount hoodies, and they had this hoodie that was had the design of Bakugo's suit from My Hero Academia. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I didn't end up buying it, but as I was looking at it, I saw these two girls were also in the Hot Topic, and I thought I caught them looking at me, but I feel like I catch that all the time, and I'm like, no, you're overthinking this. No one's looking at you. That's not a thing. You're too self-centered. And so I just dismiss it immediately, and I go about my day. I don't buy the hoodie, and I leave the store. And I go to another store, a store that sells movies, because I really like movies. I buy movies on DVD all the time. No one does that anymore, but I do. So I was looking at that, just looking around. I didn't really find anything. But towards the front of the store, they have a section that sells manga as well. And My Hero Academia is a pretty popular manga. So they had a couple volumes of that one. I picked one up, and I was flipping through it, and I saw these two girls walk in the store. And then they walk up to me, and the one starts talking. She's like, oh, no way, you like My Hero Academia too? And I was just kind of yeah. And she's like, whoa, that's crazy. It's actually really hard to meet people who also like it. And I'm just thinking that can't be right. I don't know if you guys know this, but I definitely do. My Hero Academia is very popular, very, very popular. So I don't know what she's talking about, but she says that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do like it. I didn't really know what to say. And she's like, do you read the manga? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm all caught up. She's like, oh, I'm not quite caught up, actually. The volume in your hand, that's actually the one I'm looking for. And so I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'll give that to you then. I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm just flipping through it. And so I hand her the volume, and I kind of walk off. I'm Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like, conversation was over. I walk off and I go look at more movies. I look for Jujutsu Kaisen 0 on Blu-ray. I really want it, guys. I saw it once, but I decided it was too expensive, so I didn't buy it. And I haven't been able to find it again. So that's unfortunate, but not important. So I don't find anything in the store, and I move on to the next one. It's like a board game store, and they also sell like Funko Pop figures. And so I was looking at those, and conveniently, they have a section for the anime ones, and there's a whole section of the My Hero Academia ones. And I was looking for one of Dabi, because he's one of my favorite characters. But I think his pop is super rare, but sometimes this store like brings in the rare ones. So I was looking for it, didn't really see it. And these girls come in again, and the girl starts talking like, "Oh, who's your favorite character?" And I'm just confused as to why she keeps talking to me at this point. And I say like, "Oh, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't think I can place a favorite. I like a lot of characters." And she's like, "Oh, well, my favorite character is Todoroki. He's my husbando." If you guys don't know what a husbando is, it's like a waifu. And if you don't know what that is, because you're not a fucking nerd like I am, it's like an anime character that you're attracted to specifically. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then she's like, you kind of look like Todoroki. And guys, I do not in any way, shape, or form look like Todoroki. So I kind of say that. I'm like, I don't really think I do. And she's like, no, you totally do. And I'm like, I don't see it. And I kind of just like brush it off, and I keep looking, and she starts talking to her friend, and I kind of take this opportunity to leave the store. So I go to another store that sells like anime figures and whatnot, because just keeping on theme, I guess. And point is, I'm looking through there, and they walk in again, but this time they're dressed as different characters. They're dressed as Uraraka and Froppy from My Hero Academia. And they're in their whole, like, morph suits and whatnot. And they come up to me. And the one girl's like, "Hey, do you like our costumes?" And I'm tired of this at this point. But I just say, like, yeah, they're cool. And she's like, "Yeah, I really like them. But it's what's under the costumes that's even better." Just kind of looks directly at me. And now I'm weirded out. I'm like, okay, this is really weird. I want to get out of here. And so I tell her like, okay, I gotta go now. And I just leave the store. And I go the most confusing route ever. And I go up to the other floor of the mall towards the food court. And that's where I literally am just hiding by the bathroom doors in case something happens. And I see them come up the escalator with their morph suits, but it was weird because the top half of the morph suit was like down by their hips, and they were wearing coats, and it was just weird, red flags all around. So I ducked into the bathroom, stayed there for a couple minutes, then ducked out and didn't see them because I didn't want to mess with that. And I didn't have very long before I had to go to work, so I just wanted to go to the game store quickly. And so I literally like sped walk from the bathroom to the game store. And luckily I didn't see them again. They didn't follow me to the game store. And when I got to the game store, I ended up finding Quartet Knights, Black Clover Quartet Knights, and I bought it. And I now have that, which I have used in a couple videos now, I think. And so, yeah, it was a really weird experience, guys. But I ended up getting Quartet Knights out of it. And after I got that, I just went to work. Pretty normal day after that, but it was just the weirdest experience. Like, who does stuff like that? My Hero fans, apparently. That's what ruins the show for so many people. But anyways, guys, that was that. It was a really weird story, but hopefully you were somewhat entertained by it. If you did enjoy it, maybe leave a like if you're feeling a little extra charitable today. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys once again for 30 subscribers. Not that big of a milestone, but it means a lot to me. So thank you guys for everything, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.